YouTube, what's going on? We're back some more of the first Descendant. We got Gley out. We're rocking her Massacre build. This is for the Storm Hanger, so this is a variation of a Massacre loop build that I put out earlier. This one is specific for the Storm Hanger, so it absolutely slaps. I was able to take the Storm Hanger down in under 6 minutes without dying, and that's always key to me. You know, as long as I'm able to do it with 0 deaths, that's what matters most. It's a very fun build to use. Again, we're speccing heavily into the non-attribute skill power, so I feel it's a good variation for Gley because everybody uses the weapon build. This is to show you that a skill build can do it. I haven't seen too many out there with the Massacre loop taking down the Storm Hanger. All time stamped in there, all the mods, all that good stuff. You can flip to it, whatever you need to see. Hopefully I got it in there for you, and obviously you can do what you want with it to build on it as well. So we appreciate the content. You guys are liking the videos. Please feel free to turn on those notifications, sub to the channel, drop a like. Sorry, I'm going to go over my Storm Hanger build. Start with my Reactor. Materials Phase Reactor, non-attribute and dimensional. I'm going to stack into non-attribute skill power as much as possible. The God roll on the attributes, non-attribute skill power, and additional attack power against Colossus. Fully kitted out, maxed out. We are running this with the 4-piece Enlightened Mage set for the external components. The reason why we want this is to gain the 84% non-attribute skill power. So absolutely huge when using a non-skilled attribute. It allows us to stack. We're using our Massacre loop continuously, which is granting us the non-attribute skill power, and we're stacking that for huge amounts of damage to be able to take this guy down. I have mine all rolling with HPs and defenses. You can roll with some electrical defense in there if you want as well. There is some gains that I can make with the armor if you're having problems with survivability. That would be a good one to go to as well within the set. When it comes to the Arche tuning path, again, we've got this set so that we're taking advantage of the Colossus damage, enhanced skill power, cooldown, and we want to get all the way up to our mutant cell, and you want to have 5 final preparations. That way you're taking advantage because we're always having the 4 skill popped. When attacking enemies with the 4 skill, we get this up the whole time, so we get some skill power and additional range on there, so that's fantastic. So that's the skill tree, or the Arche tuning path, I should say, for this build. Inversion reinforcement. This is the skill build that I'm rocking with. Again, we're using the one where we hit them with the skill, we get the cooldown, as well as hitting them with the skill, we get a little bit of duration as well, which is exactly what we want, and allows us to almost keep a full loop. We don't have a perfect loop for this build, but it's very, very close depending on when these can proc for you. So that's the my inversion reinforcement tree. You would want, instead of an, I got an HP fellow for Gley. Obviously, if you're running skill, somebody's using MP, you'd want the MP fellow, which I do not have. But stacking fully into the non-attribute skill power and looping Massacre, was able to lay down some damage. Again, it wasn't able to wipe them in 21 seconds or anything like that, but 0 deaths. We were able to take them out in under 6 minutes. So it's a viable build. You just got to put in a little bit of work, obviously, to take down the Storm Hanger. So this is the modules as they are. I'm not too sure if there's anything I would honestly change out of the build as it is right now. I liked it. I kind of mucked around with a lot of different things. I mean, you could, if you really wanted to, take out Battle of Stamina and put in more HP if you wanted to, but the problem you'll have is, you want to loop it with your maximized lethality, with your increased sensory, right? So as you can see, I'm at a cooldown of 10.5 and a duration of 9.6. So I'm like a second off of a perfect loop, and you can feel that second. So you've got to be careful not to mess up. Not being able to have your Massacre fully proc the whole time, because if you do, you've got to reset it, pull the HP down, and go for it. So that's just something to think about while doing it, and you'll see it obviously in the showcase there too. You got to keep that loop going. Got to pay attention to how much time's left, and again, when you're getting the procs of the other things within the inversion reinforcement tree, you are getting some skill cooldown and some duration there. So, but it's tricky. So it's I'm not gonna say that it wasn't a tricky battle. It's a tricky battle. Again, those nodes. We are running this with the Python. I did try it with the Peacemaker. The Peacemaker would have been insane, but it does not have the fire rate needed to keep the Massacre at a fire rate. This procs another set of non-attribute damage, which is sick. But the Python is what I use for this build. Again, the Python, the reason why we use it, or the reason why I use it, is because it has a good synergy with non-attribute. It takes the resistance of non-attribute skill power down for the enemy, so we're actually gaining non-attribute skill power. The you know, getting this at 28 stacks, 2 stack in delay, so the more fire rate we have, the max stacks we can get in, and you know, to just keep letting it keep letting that prey proc for us, and helping us out with you know, with shedding some of the you know, his non-attribute resistance layers. So that's why we use the Python, or that's why I use the Python. These are the module settings that I'm using. It's great that the Python is, or the Stormhanger, I should say, is weak to toxic. I have mine built exactly for that. This is the build I used to do it with. The Python's a really fun gun too. The max damage Python is the multi-build. I'll just show it real quick. That's not what I used in this build here, but this is the multi build that I almost have completed. And this one just absolutely slaps with the Python. But this is the build that we use to take down the Stormhanger. fucking go.